I'm working on a video about a brief history of humankind, and I stumbled onto a bit of a problem that I'm hoping Higgsfield AI will be able to solve. The problem is that, for example, when I search for Homo floresiensis, which is another species of human beings, I can't really find the images or the videos that I'm looking for. And the interesting thing about history is we don't really know what those humans looked like. It's like with dinosaurs. People suppose that dinosaurs looked like this, but actually they could look like this. We don't really know what they looked like, and so that's a very similar story with Homo floresiensis or Neanderthals or any sort of species of humans. And I started researching how can I solve this issue, and I was able to find Higgsfield AI, and I'd like to show you a couple of things that I did in order to solve this. So what is Higgsfield AI? Well, it's a platform that combines all sorts of different AI solutions into one platform. For example, if I go into image and I go to create an image, you can see this is the person that I created in the past, and we have all sorts of different image generation models here. We have ChatGPT, we have Higgsfield Solid, and a ton of other stuff. But we are going to use Nano Banana Pro for this. Just because I've heard about it many times, I know it's supposed to work really great, and actually did in the past. So my prompt was generate an image of Homo floresiensis on an island walking. And the reason why I want to generate an image first is because when we create a video, we want to make sure we have sort of like a starting frame. We cannot generate just from nothing because it's going to be a little bit hard for AI to do this. And later when we go into video and generate, you'll see that we need to have some sort of like an image to start from. But for now, let's go into image and let's generate an image of Homo floresiensis walking an island. You know, dinosaurs didn't exist at that time already, so we cannot really add dinosaurs there, but if we want to, we could. And walking towards a Neanderthal who is by the fire. Okay, let's give it a try. So I'm going to make sure I select the aspect ratio 16:9, and the quality is going to be 1K. 1K is perfectly good for us. We can also do 2K if I wanted to. It's going to be a bit better quality, and I'm going to go ahead and click on generate. Obviously at that point, Homo floresiensis and Neanderthals, we don't really know if they were sort of like friends or they were enemies or they potentially didn't even meet. We're not 100% sure about the history, but let's take a look at the results that we generated. There you go. By the way, Homo floresiensis, they were tiny people. So they were, I think the height for them was like 1 meter or something like that. So they were just my waist high. You can see the Neanderthals, which I believe were just a little bit bigger than Homo sapiens, which is me and you. So these were a little bit bigger. These were absolutely tiny, and this is perfect. So we can actually go ahead and animate it from here. Okay, so let's see. Homo floresiensis walking in the middle of the frame along the shore thousands and thousands of years ago at some point around. Okay, so I'm going to delete this part just because this is something I generated in the past. I'm going to show you these results as well, which were very interesting. Neanderthal on the right is called towards the Homo floresiensis and doesn't let it get close to the fire. Perfect. Now for the model, we have all sorts of different models here, but I'm going to explore the new model, which is Kling 2.6, which once again, there's a ton that you can experiment with. If this is something you want to try, then the duration is going to be 10 seconds, aspect ratio auto, and let's go ahead and click on generate. Now, while generating, let me show you what I generated in the past. I think this was one of the more interesting ones. Remember, this human is like 1 meter tall or something like that, waist high. Yeah, this was pretty interesting and also has a bit of an audio, which you cannot hear at the moment. I think this is when I asked it to meet with Neanderthal, which walks into the frame at 3 seconds. But honestly, it's some sort of gorilla and not Neanderthal, because Neanderthal looks like something we're generating right now, like something we have here. This looks like Chewbacca or something like that. Obviously, we can tell that it's AI, but it allows us to create some interesting results, specifically like something that was not able to be created before. And just imagine how much time it would take to generate and how much money it would take to generate this kind of video if it was done by hand, like something that's used to be done in the past, like in Hollywood or something. Like creating this in Blender would take a ton of time. So let's wait for the results and see what we have for this prompt and this picture here. Now, I will say I didn't spend a ton of time researching Higgsfield, but so far it looks very, very promising. I very enjoyed the fact that it has many models in one, and you can easily choose whatever you're looking for. There's both image, video, edit character, and all sorts of other stuff that you can see on the screen. If you want to give it a try, there's going to be a link in description. Looks like the video is ready. Let's take a look. The water looks absolutely next level. Interesting. Well, the nature looks absolutely amazing. In terms of the characters themselves, we can definitely tell that there is a bit of unevenness on the face. But honestly, if we were to use it in a video, because these are kind of like fast shots, people don't even register that. Like they don't have enough time to register that. The brain doesn't register. They're just taking a look at what's happening. But really, really, really powerful. If we were to use just the images as well, I mean, the quality of the images is honestly insane. So if I go ahead and download it, let me download the image. Let's see what we have. Take a look at this. I mean, the quality is just through the roof. Yeah, these are our ancestors. Honestly, amazing. And anyway, if you enjoyed this video, there's a good chance that you will like this video on the screen, so go ahead and click on it. Go ahead.